So they will give you a logarithmic in this form. They will say y equals 2 the log of what? Of ax. So to those who are joining, we are dealing with logarithms. So if they give you y equals to log ax, it simply means to say this guys is written in a what? In a logarithmic form. Say how many laws are there in logarithms? So it's a good cover that. So there are plus minus 12 laws for you to be on the safe side, right? So the plus minus 12 laws. So this is written in logarithmic form. I hope you can all see my screen. It's written in logarithmic form. So this one is written in logarithmic form. Logarithmic. Apologies for my handwriting. It's a bit like logarithm. Logarithmic form. Please write it properly. This one is logarithmic form. So for you to be on the safe side, you must make sure how to change a logarithmic form into an exponential form. I'm going to be as short, I'm going to be as slow as I can so that you can understand me. So if we write y is equals to log ax in a, since that is written in a logarithmic form, if we write it in an exponential form, it will be x, it's equals to a to the exponent of y. So to those who went to watch the previous videos, you'll actually see that this is written in what? In an exponential form. Exponential form. So this one is written in an exponential form. Yeah. Exponential form. So this is in an exponential form, right? So it's very important, guys, that you make sure that you know how to change a logarithmic form and writing it in an exponential form, because this will be very important in making sure that you understand everything related to logs as well as exponential form. So let me repeat myself here. So if they give you a logarithm written in a log form, you must know how to change it into an exponential form. So in a logarithmic form, it will be y is equals to log ax. And then you writing it in an exponential form, it will be x is equals to a to the exponent of 4, right? So after you knowing this, I gave you, I think I sent on the group. I sent on the group that you must go and do a work. So let us do those sums that I did. Okay, let me just start by writing them properly. Though on the previous video I did the first one as well as I think number what that was number 3. But now I'm gonna start from number 1 to number 12 because there are 12 of those. Me doing that, I know that you now understand. So this basically is what we are going to do. So they actually said simplify here. They actually say simplify. I'm just doing this for the sake of simplify. I'm just doing this for the sake of those who didn't understand or those who recently joined us. So when they say simplify and then they're giving you on number 1, log of 2 base 8. So when they say simplify, to those who don't know, I told you that the reason why we use logarithms is because of back in the days, more than 300 years ago, there were no calculators. So you were supposed to use logs in order to calculate. So what we are going to do here, we're going to use the fishbone method. We're going to take that 8 and convert it with the base of 2. So when I'm saying 8, writing it with the base of 2, I'm going to say 8 divided by 2. When you say 8 divided by 2, you are getting 4. So that 4, you must write it here. And then you say 4 divided by 2 as well, you're going to get 2. That 2, you're going to write it here, right? And then you say 2 divided by 2, you're going to get 1. That one, you write it here. So this basically means to say, after you now understand the fishbone method, you're going to count how many 2's do you have on the left-hand side. It's 1, 2, 3. So you writing that in an exponential form is 2 to the exponent of 3. It's going to be equals to 8, right? And then you go back here. Since here we are given log 2, you're going to write log 2. And then on what I was basically showing you here, you now know that 2 to the exponent of 3 is the same as what? Is the same as 8, right? So where there is 8, since this was 8, you go and check here. 8 is what? You can write that in what? You can write that as 2 to the exponent of 3, right? Let's write that. So you write 2 to the exponent of 3 as easy as that. Do you all see? And then after that, guys, what basically you're going to do, you're going to say, the next step that you must do, all of you must do this. You must take this 3 that serves as an exponent, then you bring it forth here in the front. You bring it forth there. It's a rule. Ne? So when you're taking that exponent 3, bringing it forth in the front, what's going to happen? This will basically be 3. Then you are left with what? You are left with log 2 base 2. You are left with log 2 base of 2. Do you see? And then after that, what basically you are going to do, this is what you're going to do. You're going to say equals to, then you write 3. So to those who don't know, I told you that log 2 base of 2 is equals to 1. Where are we taking it from? We are taking it from one of the rules or one of the laws that says the log of A into A is going to be equals to 1. So this basically means to say, yes. This basically means to say, if you understand this law or rule, it's a law, this one. If you understand it, that the log of A base A is equals to 1. And one thing that you must remember, it's not only going to be log A base A is equals to 1 only. They can give you like this, log 2 base of 2. As long as these two are the same, as long as these two are the same, as long as these two are the same, then you must know that that is going to be equals to what? Is equals to 1. So since now you know that log 2 base 2 is equals to 1 based on the law that I'm showing on the far right, you're going to write 1 there. And then the next step that, guys, you're going to do, you're going to say 3 times 1. What is 3 times 1? It's going to be 3. Yes. This basically means to say, to those who are having Casio calculators, when you take this, write log 2 base of 8 on the calculator, you will get the answer of 3. So we are using laws of logarithms. Why? Because they will say simplify in an exam. Ne? So now we go to number 2. I'm going to be as slow as I can so that all of you can understand me. So on number 2, they're saying log of this work that I'm just writing as examples that are there on the group, but I'm going to resend them for those who recently joined us. So they're saying the log of 5 base of what? Base of 25. These things, they're very easy, guys. As long as you can listen to me, I will go very far. Let me show you. So here you're going to use the fishbone method again. We're going to change 25, writing it with the base of 5. So the fishbone method, you always use it. You say 25 divided by 5. So when you say 25 divided by 5, you're going to get 5. That 5, you're going to write it here. Then you say 5 divided by 5, you're going to get what? 1. That one, you're going to write it here. So you count how many 5s do you have? Yes, on the left-hand side of the fishbone method, right? So how many 5s do you have?
2.
2. So it will be 5 to the exponent of 2 is equals to what? 25. Ne? And then this basically means to say here you're going to say the log of what? You're going to say the log of 5.
Log of 5.
And then
Base of 5.
yes, since 25 is the same as 5 squared, let me write it with a different color so that you can see. So since 25 is equal to 5 squared, you'll write 5 squared in a place of 25. And then the next step that you're going to do, you're going to take this exponent that serves as a 2. You're going to bring it in front, just like that. So that's your next step. So my next step, I'm bringing 2 down. So it will be 2, and then you are left with what? You're left with log 5.
Log 5 plus 5
is 5. 100%. And then after that, this is very easy. You do like this. If you can understand what I'm saying, then math is very easy, guys. You say 2, and then we use the law. Log 5 base of 5 is 1. Then you're going to write 1, just like that. Then you say 2 times 1 is going to be what? 2. Ne? Any question?
No, sir.
Okay. So the floor is for everyone. If you don't understand, you're more than welcome to stop me whilst I'm teaching. I don't mind. Ne? So now we are doing the third one. So the third one, they are saying log 2 base of 4. Log 2 base of 4. You do this aside on a scribbler with a pencil. You do the fishbone method. So you're going to write 4. And then when you are writing 4, we say 4 divided by 2. That is going to be what? That is going to be 2. Then you say 2 divided by 2. That is going to be 1. And we all know that this will be what? 2 squared is equals to 4. So for you not to get confused, let me show you something. You are always being guided by this number. As long as this is 2, it basically means to say we're going to change this 4, writing it with the base of 2. It's always going to be like that. So this will be what? This will be log 2. And then 4, we know that that is 2 squared. So I'm going to write it with the different color. So that is going to be 2 squared, just like that. And then the next step that, guys, you must do what? You must take this 2 that serves as an exponent. You must write it down or bring it for here in the front, just like that. Ne? Now let's bring that in the front. So this basically means to say this will be what? This will be 2 log 2 base of 2. Log 2 base of 2, just like that. And the next step that you're going to do, you're going to write 2, then say open bracket. Log 2 base of 2 is going to give us 1. Then you write 1. Then it means to say, here the next step, you're going to say 2 times 1. That is going to be what? 2. As easy as that. So that was our number 3. Now let's continue if there's no question. So on number 4, what do they want us to do? I'm going to show you all of them, don't worry. On number 4, they're saying the log of 1. So this one, the log of 1, it needs you to know what? It needs you to know the what? The rule. So the log of 1, what are we going to get? We're going to get 0. Who got this correct?
Me.
Okay, Magas Pelente. To those who didn't get it correct, let me show you what. We are having a law under logarithms. That is going to be law number 5. So law number 5, it says that whenever you have the log, I'm going to show you after this. When I'm done with the example, I'm going to show you all the laws. Don't worry. It says that is law number 5. You can just write it aside. But I'm just going to show you law number 1, law number 2, step by step, so that you write them. So law number 5, it says that the log of a base of 1 is always going to be equals to 0. It's always going to be equals to 0. As long as you are having log a base of 1, it's always going to be 0. Just like that. If you want to also see it, you can use that concept that says, okay, let me do like this. You can also use that concept that says y is equals to log of ax. If you're joining us, please make sure that you mute yourself. Let's all mute ourselves. If you have a background noise, let me mute everyone. But if you don't have a background noise, then you can unmute yourself. So coming back to this, I said y is equals to log ax. You can write it as x is equals to a to the exponent of y. Do you see that? So you writing that in an exponent form, it's one and the same thing. You say 0. 0 is going to be equals to what? It's going to be equals to a. Okay, because most of you, maybe you might be confused. Let me just leave it like this. Let's do like this. When what you can do, just remember that this is a law for now. Because myself, I love proving a lot. So I might end up confusing you. Because I know also how to prove these laws. They are there on my YouTube channel. If you can just look at the previous videos, you'll actually see how I proved law number 1 up until law number 4. But what you can do, just only concentrate on you knowing that that is law number 5. And then after you now know that that is law number 5, you're going to concentrate. If your base is 1, like this, simply means to say the answer is going to be 0. I didn't cram. We don't cram. It's a matter of you. When you are dealing with logarithms, you just know which law to use, and then it makes your work to be much neat and easy. And then after that, let's go to number 5. So on number 5, don't worry, you'll understand this. On number 5, let's go back. On number 5, they're saying we must say, yeah, this one I'm going to explain it, don't worry. They're saying the log of what? The log of 4, open bracket, 1/4. So this one, don't get confused, guys. The first step that you are going to do is to make sure that you change that 1/4, writing it in an exponent form. So this is log 4. Log 4, you write it as it is. And then inside the bracket, what are we having? We are having 1/4. So to those who don't know, 1/4 is the same as 4 to the exponent of -1. If you say 4 to the exponent of -1, you're going to get 1/4. And then after that, you will say, you can write it like this. The log of 4, base of 4, just like this, to the exponent of -1. It's one and the same thing. Do you see that? And then after that, what you are going to do, guys, you now know that I'm having an exponent of -1. That -1, you bring it here. So this basically means to say you're going to have -1, right? And then what? Log 4 base of 4. Log 4 base of 4. Log 4 base of 4. And then the next step that you are going to do, this is what you are going to do. You're going to say -1. Then you say you open bracket. What is log 4 base of 4? That is going to be 1. Then after that, you say -1 times 1. That's what? -1. If you got -1 on number 5, simply means to say your answer is what? It's correct. Do you see that these things are not difficult? Yes. They just need you to practice. Let's go to number 5. So when you go to number 5, what is that? Oh, it was number 5, that one, actually. Let's go to number 6. Yes?
Can you please also write the law for number 5 that we just did just now?
The law for number 5?
Yes.
Okay. I think maybe let me do like this. Since now we are supposed to do number 6, let me write all the laws and then we'll continue with number 6 after I'm done writing those 12 laws. So these are laws. Yeah, because it will be wise if I do that. Laws of logarithms. So let me just write them down here so that as we'll be continuing with our correction laws of logarithms, as we'll be continuing with our correction from number 6, then I think if you are having an understanding of these laws that I'm writing, then we'll be on the safe side. So we're having law number 1 here. We're going to have law number 1. Law number 1, what does it say? It says that, say someone wants help in the group. Okay, let me check my phone.
She can't access her Zoom.
Yes. Okay. Can someone help her whilst I'm teaching? Because, preparing your whiteboard experience. Yeah, she must wait after that thing is done and then she must log in using details. Can you please, as I'm teaching, can someone address her on how to log in? You simply use the meeting ID, then you put the password as it is, then it will link you to the session. Now let's continue. Law number 1, as I was saying, it will be the log of what? The log of AXY. So this is law number 1. So you must know it. What does it say? It says that the log of AX plus the log of AY plus the log of AY. So this, guys, it's law number 1. It's very important that you know law number 1. Don't worry, you'll see where it's applicable. When I just make sure that you know that this is law number 1. And then you know that as we are dealing with maths, there are people who are like myself, who love maths a lot. Ne? If you love maths a lot, then if you want to know how best did I prove this law number 1, you can go to YouTube channel. I've just uploaded videos last year on how to prove this. But for example purposes, it's not necessary for you to learn how to prove. You just need to learn on how to use the law, and then that's it. So that is law number 1. It says that the log of AXY is equal to the log of AX plus log of AY. That's law number 1. And then now we are going to law number 2. Law number 2, what does it say? It says that the log of A open bracket X divided by Y. X divided by Y. What is going to be this one? That will be the log of AX. Log of AX. That's law number 2. Log of AX. Log of AX minus the log of AY. Minus the log of AY. So you must know this, guys. It's law number 2. If you don't know this, then it will be a problem. So you must know law number 2. And then we continue. There is law number 3. So for now, I'm just writing the laws, and then you'll see. We're gonna go back to those examples. You'll see how normally I apply those. Ne? So don't stress for now. Law number 3. What does law number 3 says? It says that the log of AX, the log of AX, you see this one is also important, to the exponent of M. This one is the one, some of you were asked, maybe you were confused. Why am I bringing this exponent, -1 there in the front? Even when you go to number, okay, let me show you. Even when you go to number 3, why am I bringing that 2 in the front? Maybe most of you were confused. It was because of, maybe I didn't show you those laws. So now you'll remember, oh, can I say show that's law number 3? Are the log of AX to the exponent of M, that will be what? That will be M, the log of AX. M, the log of AX. So you see this one. Is that one that I was saying? You take this exponent, you put it in front. Look at that. It gives you M log X, log AX. Do you all see?
Yes.
Yes. So that is law number 3, this one. Very important that you know it, guys. Then let's continue. Now we are doing what? Now we are doing law number 4. So what does law number 4 say is that? Yeah, that is the one that is very important. That's why. Law number 4, it says that the log of A into A, the answer is always going to be equals to 1. So this one, you must know it as well. Ne? Then we go to law number 5. Now I'm just showing you the laws so that you can know them. Law number 5. What does law number 5 says? It says that the log of 1 base of what? Of X. This one, it has no meaning. It simply means to say it's error. This one you can just write has no meaning. Has no meaning. It means to say, when I'm saying it has no meaning, you might not get it more often in an exam, but you must know it for your sake. Ne? Then we go to law number 6. So on law number 6, what basically do we have? We are given the log of what? The log of b base x. B base x. The log of b base x has no meaning as well. Please mute yourself. Has no meaning. There's no meaning. It has no meaning. You know why? It has no meaning if it happens under a certain restriction. It has no meaning if what? If b it's less than or equals to 0. So to those of you who are not familiar with a restriction, this one is a restriction. You normally see it under a topic in paper 1 when you are dealing with inequalities. So law number 7, what does it say? Law number 7, it says that the log of x, this one is also important. It says that the log of what? The log of x, this one you'll normally see it more often. It's equals to what? It's equals to, it's one and the same thing with me saying the log of 10 base x. So you must not get confused. Whenever you come across log of x, you must know that it's equals to the log of 10 base x. Right? We as what? As a known as a common logarithm. So this one is a common logarithm. Just because of, even if they write it like this, you must understand that here there is an invisible of 10. That's why I'm saying it's also equals to this one. That's how basically you must know this. That is law number 7. Okay. And there's no need of you understanding all of them in a day. You can just do 2 in a day, just like that. Then you will remember the other ones. And then this one, it's law number 9. Law number 8, so to say. Actually, the 11 or 12. I don't remember very well. But yeah. Law number 8, what does it say? Law number 8, it says that the log of a, base of a to the exponent of x, that will be equals to what? That will be equals to x.
Okay. Wow.
You see? So that's how basically it is. And then this one, from law number 9, this one is an advanced one. Law number 9, it means to say now you are towards being an expert. If they say law number 9, you must understand that law number 9, this one is for the giants. It says that a to the exponent of log ax. Here, if you now understand this one, simply means to say you are now an expert. The one that you are giving in an exponent of a log. So they're saying a to the exponent of log ax. Log ax. That is going to be equals to what? That is going to be equals to what? That is going to be equals to what? That is also going to be equals to x. So, me showing you this, it simply means to say when you look at law number 8 and law number 9, it's one and the same thing, written in 2 different concepts. But as long as they are giving you x, it tells you that they have a direct relationship. Do you see? So if you can understand law number 9, now you are an expert of logarithms. You will see we're going to do a lot of examples of those. So for now, it's very important that I show you all the laws, right? So let's go to law number 10. Law number 10. So what does law number 10 says? So this one is a bit tricky, but you must understand it this way. Open bracket, the log of what? The log of ax, a base x. Let's all mute ourselves. There's someone who's having background noise. Log a base x, base x, close bracket, open bracket, log a base y. Log of a base of y. This one is going to be equals to what? It's one in the same thing with you writing it like this. It's one and the same thing with you writing it like this. Open bracket. The log of what? A base x. Close bracket. Times. Open bracket. The log of A base y. So that is law number 10. Then now let's go to law number 11. What does law number 11 says that? And one thing that you need to understand. Yeah, there is something that I want to show you. Here, when you continue with law number 10, you must understand this, that, okay, let me write it because some of you, maybe you will come across this. This is not equals to, when you're looking at law number 10, it's not going to be equals to what? You writing log. You must never make a mistake. You writing log A base x plus log A by base y. These things, they're not going to be equals to this. If you are having law number 10, which is log A base x times log A base y, the only correct answer in which you can write that is only in this form. So me writing this, I want to show you that it's not going to be equals to this sign. You must never get enticed. In maths has its own rule. This sign, it means not equal to. Not, you can write it somewhere. Not equal to. So when I'm saying it's not equal to, it simply means to say it cannot never be written in that form. Right? It can never be written in that form. No, it can also never be written in this form as well. We are still under law number 10. No, it can never be written in this form again. You writing log of A open bracket log of A open bracket x plus y. So it can never be written in those two manners, which I wrote using a white highlighter there. So that's one thing that you need to understand. And then lastly, the 11 laws. Lastly, law number 11, this one you must know it by heart. If you know law number 11, now you are an expert. Sir, can you please reduce the screen a bit? I can't see. Okay. I believe you'll see all of you now. So now let's continue. Law number 11, it says that the log of what? The log of A base x divide by what? Divide by the log of A base y. The log of A base y. This can be written as what? This can be written as you writing log AX divide by log AY. Log of AY. Do you see? And then you now knowing that, you must also know that these two, okay, let me write it like this. You must also know that this can never be, under law number 11, it can never be x over y. You must never get enticed. Please make sure. It will never be equals to x over y. Do you know why I'm saying it will never be equals to x over y? It's because of some of you, when you arrive here, which law is that which consists a square root? So that one that consists a square root, it simply means to say they're just getting it from exponents. You will see, don't worry. So coming back to law number 11, when I'm saying this, it can never be written as x over y. There are some of you who will say log A cancels log A. Then you're only left with this x over y, of which you'll be wrong if you're doing that. That's why I'm writing this restriction right here, so that you can see that it can never be written as x over y. No, it can never be again. No, it can never be again written as what? As log of A x, log of AX minus the log of AY. Log of AY. Please don't do mistake. Ne? It can never be written as that. No, it can also never be written again. It can never be written as what? As log of A, log of A open bracket, x minus y. So it can never be written in those laws. So one thing that you need to understand, for now, I will encourage you that you must know law number 1 to law number 5, because those are the ones which we're going to deal with in most of the time. So it simply means to say, now, since I've just showed you all these laws, for now, just know, as well as for exam purposes, just know law number 1 up until law number 5. But I'm not saying disregard other laws. You must also know them, because in an exam, it only depends on the examiner who's there. They can give you even law number 9. So you must be very careful with regards to them. Ne? So those are all the laws that you are having. And then in these 2 minutes that is left, we are still going to continue. Don't worry. Now let's go to that number 6. Number 6 that they gave us. So number 6, coming back, they gave us log 3 base 27. Log 3 base of 27, right? Log 3 base of 27 squared. So this one, what basically you'll do, you start by writing log 3, and then you change 27 using fishbone method. So we all know that using fishbone method, 27 divided by 3, that will be 9. You write 9. 9 divided by 3, that will be 3. You write 3. 3 divided by 3, that will be 1. So you know that 3 to the exponent of 3, that is going to be 27, which is 27. So the next step that you must do, in a place of 27, you're going to write 3 to the exponent of 3. And then you square it. And then from here, this will be written as log 3 base of 3. And then you multiply the exponents. 3 times 2, that is going to be 6.